ドジャース圧倒的7連勝、大谷翔平ら躍動、メイ復活に別感動弾。今日、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースがアトランタ、ブレーブスに 3-1 で快勝し、開幕から無傷の7連勝を達成した。今季 MLB で最も注目される快進撃を続けるドジャース。この日の試合でも圧倒的な強さを見せつけた。特に注目を浴びたのは685日ぶりに復帰登板したダスティン。メイ、5イニングを投げて被安打わずか1本。6奪三振と完璧なピッチングで復活を印象つけた。試合後には、長い苦難を乗り越え、マウンドに戻れて本当に感動した、と喜びを語り、祈りを捧げるシーンも見られた。また、守備での痛恨のミスを犯したムーキー・ベッツも、その直後に2000金の逆転ツーランを放ち、自らのミスを見事に帳消しにした。チームに迷惑をかけたが、それを取り返すことができてよかった、と語ったベッツ。解説陣は、選手層が厚く精神力が強い、とドジャースを称賛。MLB では現在パドレスのみが連勝中で、ヤンキースは連勝が途切れたばかり。ドジャースの連勝はどこまで続くのか、目が離せない。この後、専門家やデーブ、ロバーツ監督らの詳しいインタビューを日本語字幕でお楽しみください。
Welcome to Access Sportsnet Dodgers, brought to you by Audi. John Hartung, Jerry Hairston Jr., Nomar Garciaparra on a really chilly night here at Dodger Stadium. The fans, they don't mind one bit because the Dodgers stay red hot. We want to have a huge thank you to Alex Torres, the Dodgers Senior Director of Clubhouse Operations, for keeping us warm tonight on a cold night with these. But really, the story of the night for the Dodgers, Jerry, it has to be Dustin May. First game in 685 days, was fantastic for 5 innings, allows just 1 hit, had 6 strikeouts. And Mookie Betts, against his former teammate with that Red Sox team that won the World Series here, he homered off of Chris Sale tonight to give the Dodgers the lead for good.
I'll tell you what, Chris Sale was absolutely dealing. Really, the first 2 times through the lineup, dealing, had really unhittable stuff, great fastball command, outstanding changeup to go on the slider. Mookie Betts found a way, got a pitch up in the zone, drove it out of the ballpark to put us ahead for good. But the story, Dustin May coming out red hot, sharp, fastball, breaking ball as well, struck out the side in the first inning. Great to see.
You know what, up until that 6th inning, when the Dodgers finally scored with that Mookie Betts home run, if you looked at the line 2 through 5, Dustin May was matching the Cy Young pitch for pitch. I mean, it was really even. Dustin May was absolutely outstanding. You see that first batter that he ends up striking out, you can just see the emotion on him, just like the relief, like, I'm here, and then just settling in, and did not stop from there. He had stuff working, and boy, was he just attacking hitters, and he looked great.
And like you said, Jerry, I mean, are you kidding me? His first game in 685 days, he punches out the side in the first inning.
And here's the thing, he had command of all his pitches right away. There's his family right there, his wife as well. Look at that running fastball at 97 miles an hour. Here, freezing.
Dirty.
That fastball right there, Olsen, up in the zone, down in the zone, mixing all his pitches. Then he got the ground ball when he needed to, 6-4-3 to end the inning. You think he's fired up? Of course he's fired up. But I love the moment he took after he struck out the side in that first inning, went down, looked like he was said a prayer, thankful for the opportunity, just gathered his thoughts, and he slammed the wall and said, let's go. Okay, that's over with. I'm going to go out there and continue pitching the way I've been pitching. That was great to see. So proud of Dustin May.
What's crazy is over 600 days ago, we had a filthy meter because of what he broke the internet, and then we got to see it again. He was filthy once again. The movement is there, the poise, the command, the mound presence, everything about Dustin May that we saw a couple of years ago is there, and boy, that is great to see.
And we knew runs would be at a premium tonight against a guy like Chris Sale, and certainly that was the case tonight. Mookie Betts atoning for an error, the first error committed by any Dodger all season long, with that huge 2-run home run, his 3rd of the year. Dodgers never looked back. Let's head inside the stadium and hear from Mookie Betts. He's standing by with Kirsten Watson.
Mookie, you've had 3 home runs on this season. All 3 of them have been go-ahead home runs. When you think about that at-bat against Chris Sale, he was cruising through this one. How did you get to him?
I was just ready to hit. I mean, he was throwing a lot of strikes. And, I mean, he's pitching really well. I mean, there was nothing else I can really do but be ready to swing.
Yeah, it's just a close game. When you think about just earlier in the game, the defensive mishap, to come back to get that go-ahead home run, did it make it feel any sweeter for you?
Yeah, it was huge. I mean, I'm still beating myself up about that because, that can't happen. And so I'm glad I was able to make up for it, but you better believe I'll be working on that same play tomorrow.
This game was also about Dustin May making his return to the mound. When you saw what he was able to do, his efficiency, what stood out about his performance to you?
I mean, everything. I mean, he was in the zone, got himself out of trouble a couple times. He really just did a great job, and especially with his first time pitching in so long. You know, there were some emotions out there, and you felt it. And I'm just glad he pitched well.
You guys are continuing to be undefeated, 7-0 on this season. That ties a record for most wins, just coming off of winning the World Series. The tone you guys have set this early in the season, what does it say about this group?
You know, I think it's more just the culture we created here. You know, it's a winning culture, and you know, we look up, we're 7-0, but I mean, nobody in here really cares. You know, we're just focused on the game tomorrow, and we've got to find a way to win tomorrow, and you know, the record will be the record. You know, we're not going to worry about that.
Well, congratulations on this one tonight, Mookie.
Thank you.
All right, there's Mookie Betts keeping it in perspective about each of these wins. And yes, a donning of the cap to the fans and probably his family as well after hitting that home run. And we heard him say it there, Nomar. He's going to be kicking himself a little bit about that error that he made behind Dustin May because May was pitching so well. But it's got to be such a great feeling when you can pick up your teammate and really pick up yourself and hit that home run the way that he did.
Yeah, it is great because I'm telling you, you make a mistake and then it leads to a run. You feel horrible. You're coming in, and then you're also trying to stay within yourself to say, okay, don't try to do too much to make it work. Make it snowball. Next ground ball, you're like, I got to make the play. I got to focus, got to concentrate, and just kind of relax. And then on the offensive side, you don't want to take these really big swings where you're like, I got to force something. He talked about, listen, he's throwing strikes. He stayed within his approach, recognizing what was going on over the course of the game, and he puts a good swing, and it goes out for him. And I tell you, there is no greater feeling than saying, listen, all right, I picked up the team. I kind of atoned for my mistake, and let's go out there and continue and finish this game.
Yeah, you know what, Nomar, we were talking during the game. We blame John because John brought it up. Hey, this team was playing errorless baseball, and you knew that was going to. So
are you blaming me for Mookie's error?
It was written. John just read like Ron Burgundy read the prompt.
So listen, nobody's going to go perfect. Guess what? Mookie's going to make another error. Tommy Edman will make an error. Listen, this game you're going to make errors, but here's the thing: these guys make the routine play. Mookie Betts bounced back, was fielding flawlessly up until that point, and then continued fielding flawlessly after he made that error. So he definitely atoned for that error, but he made atone for that error with a huge home run here, trying to turn a double play, and he tried to get a better grip. Remember, it's a little cold. He got caught a little bit with that glove, didn't have the best grip on the ball. He should have just eaten it. You know, and sometimes he's going to learn that. As a shortstop in infield, if you don't have that good of a grip, just hold it. You don't have to turn that double play. He tried to find that grip, never found it, and he threw it away.
Yeah, I wonder if as he was going and realized the guy was already there, and then he was trying to hold up, and then, you know, like you're like, oh, I can't hold on to the ball. You know, it happens. Listen, errors are part of the game. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to continue making mistakes. Obviously, you go out there, you work on them, you have confidence when you go back out there. But at the same time, it is a great feeling when you are as great as a player as Mookie Betts, when you find a way, other ways to pick up your team, even more so than after that mistake.
And how about Dustin May? After that error, okay, they get a run. Okay, that's it.
Yeah.
That's all they get. And Dustin May picked up Mookie Betts right there. And that's another thing. Pitchers picking up position players. When they make an error, okay, that's a run, but that's all they get. Dustin May shut them down in the bullpen. After that, shut them down.
That's a great point.
And Dustin May, thank you for picking me up, and also Mookie for picking me up, because Jerry's putting this on me, apparently, for mentioning it on the pregame show.
Don't put this on me, Ricky Bobby.
All right, let's hear from Dustin May after a great comeback start tonight for the Dodgers. 0 earned runs over 5 innings. He's standing by talking with the media.
Dustin, I know that this was a special day. You had been, I have to imagine, kind of counting down for this day to come. Just how did it feel to go out there, hear walk-up music, be on that mound, and just be pitching back in a big league game?
Well, to start off, they started with the wrong walkout song, so that kind of pissed me off to start the game. But it's okay. It ended up being a good start, so can't complain about it. But there was definitely a lot of emotions that got let out after the first hitter in the first inning. Definitely, like I said, after my first outing in spring training, it was a huge weight lifted off my shoulders. It was just super, super great to be back out there.
Just seeing how your stuff played, though, just how rewarding was it to see all the hard work that you have been doing to make sure you're in a good spot and to see it really playing out?
I mean, it means the world. Knowing that my stuff still plays, I mean, I thought I could strike a lot of guys out of my bullpens that I've been throwing because I've thrown a lot of them. But it was good to see actually get big league hitters out in a big league game.
What can you say about the team, the effort they did towards the end? Mookie with that big.
Yeah, I mean, it was huge. I mean, we're never out of it. I mean, especially with the hitters that we got. I mean, we can go score 10 runs in one inning. I mean, we're a very, very talented team.
What song should they have been playing?
We're going to have to wait for the next one, I guess.
How fun was it? It looked like it was just fun out there for you. How would you describe that?
Yeah, I mean, even if it would have went bad, I mean, I still would have been having a good time just being back on the big league mound. I mean, it literally meant the world to me just to be back out on the mound because about 8 months ago I didn't know if I would be.
Did you hear the fans welcoming you back? And
yeah, that was felt great. Felt really good.
How at different points, like the recovery process, like did this just kind of feel like really far away? The idea of being back in a big league game and kind of getting past everything that you did go through over the last kind of 2 years, and what did that just kind of feel like when she did get back out there, knowing everything that went into getting it back on the mound?
I mean, it didn't really feel like super long because I mean I was so close before my esophagus. I was less than a month away from being back at that time, so I mean I felt like I was really close, and then after the esophagus thing happened, it was just like total reset. Like there's nothing even I can do at the moment. So like playing baseball was at the very back of my mind at the moment. I was just trying to get healthy, get home, and be able to see the next morning. So
what's going through your head? Just sort of coming off the mound in the first inning, and something you also took a moment to yourself in the dugout there. So what was sort of going through your head during those moments?
Just kind of a release of emotions. I mean, just knowing that everything that I've been through in the last 2 years, I mean, it was just, like I said, a huge weight lifted off my shoulders, and it was like I could just kind of relax. I've got my footing, and now we go.
A couple times you seem to like close your eyes and kind of look up at the sky, where you just kind of feeling thankful.
Yeah, I mean, I was thanking the Lord for the opportunity to be back, and I mean, there's been a lot of praying and a lot of devotion to Him in the last 2 years of my life, and I attribute all of my success to Him.
You talked about undefeated. It's unbelievable. What can you say about it?
I mean, like I said, we're never out of the fight. Even if we're down, if we're up, I mean, we're always going to go out and put our best foot forward.
You talked about like getting a new perspective after all of this. Like, what are kind of the ways you feel like that manifested tonight? Is just kind of maybe staying a little kind of calmer and control in different moments, or just kind of how did you feel different on the mound from
yeah, I mean, I used to like let my emotions kind of get the best of me. Like every pitch, like everything would be like super high or super low. I mean, just being able to stay a little bit more level-headed throughout life in general has been one of my biggest things in the last probably 6 months, is just trying to live in the moment. Everything is going to be okay no matter what happens, so just looking at the positive side of things.
Were the emotions like anything that you could compare them to, whether it was, Major League debut, things like that?
Completely different and like way more heavy. It was the debut, the World Series and all that stuff is kind of not expected, but like you're there in the moment and like everything is like going on, it's coming, and like this, it's like I didn't know if I was going to come back, so it was a huge like sigh of relief.
How did you think the actual stuff played once you got into the start for attacking guys?
Oh, I mean, it was good. I mean, that's the best that I've felt, like mechanical wise and stuff wise tonight. So I just got to keep looking forward.
We've been talking a lot about just how special today was going to be for Dustin, but to see how his stuff played with his return, just what really stood out to you about his performance?
What really stood out is I just think the stuff tonight was really good. Filled with the strike zone, the sinker, the slider, the pace of the rhythm of the game for him. Really managed his emotions really well. I thought there was going to be a lot more anxiousness, nerves that might reflect some pitch execution, but he bottled it up really well, and just really happy to see him get a win and complete 5 innings, and even still, wanting for more, which is a good sign.
And you talked pregame about like the perspective you probably got from the last 2 years. Like, is that kind of how you see it on the field? It's just him being control his emotions, not overthrowing pitches, kind of have a slightly different demeanor?
I think so. I think so. You know, all these guys try to be great and try to be perfect, but I think at some point, you know, you just got to go out there and compete. And I think that he's not really striving for perfection. He's out there certainly being grateful that he has an opportunity to pitch and be healthy. But then he's not as hard on himself as I recall, you know, in years past, where he's just kind of gets to the next pitch a lot better. I just told him to enjoy this win this night. You know, he pitched a heck of a ball game, and I want him wanting for more, and just congratulate him on a great outing.
162-0 is still out there.
Still on the table. I still got the under, but you know, we're getting big hits and we're pitching really well. That's the key. Is, you know, we're really pitching well and getting timely hits. And Mookie's hit was huge. And Sale, anytime you got him, man, it's going to be tough. It's going to be a grind. And he was trying to be their stopper and was dominant. And Mookie just took a really good swing on a tough pitch and handed it off to the pen, and you know, saw what happened. But yeah, it was just another good team win.
And the champions got off to a better start than you guys have ever. How difficult is that to start from 7-0 with all distractions and everything? That's where it comes with being a champion.
It's certainly not easy. Expectations going across continents. Obviously, the hoopla with opening week. Playing two really good ball clubs, two Cy Young winners. So all that stuff, it's tough to win, you know, a handful of ball games, let alone win all of them. So I think we just do a really good job of just kind of resetting and getting ready for the next day. And we got Elder tomorrow. We got Snell going, and I expect Blake to throw the baseball really well tomorrow.
Another day, more free food, 10 strikeouts tonight for the Dodgers, so you can celebrate tomorrow. Go to Jack in the Box. Get a free Jumbo Jack with the purchase of a large drink. You know the deal. They only need 7 strikeouts to get you free food. They had 10, and it was Dustin May. Nearly did it by himself. He had 6 of the Dodgers' strikeouts tonight as they get the win 3-1 over the Atlanta Braves. Right now, let's head upstairs, check in one final time with Joe Davis and Oral Hershiser.
Well, the Dodgers have sprinted out of the gates here trying to defend their championship. The 7-0 start is the best ever, tied for the best ever from a defending champion.
And 5 of those wins are comeback version.
Yeah.
And the starting pitching has been solid. They're around a 2.5 ERA. The bullpen, as we saw tonight, is lights out. And the offense seems to get it going just when you need it. And it's late in the game usually. So a lot of these 7-0 wins have been really, really exciting.
Let's go back to the beginning, though. Dustin May, it was going to be a special night. Even if he got blasted, it's going to be special that he was back, but he pitched really well.
Yeah, 22.5 months to wait to get on a big league mound in a regular season game.
Yeah.
He does it, and he strikes out the side. Tears in his wife's eyes in the stands, parents, everybody. And I'm sure it was a lot of work for him to keep the emotions in, but I'll bet you tonight it's going to be a very, very pleasant sleep.
Yeah, I bet so. They're going to try to go for the sweep tomorrow. Blake Snell goes for the Dodgers. Will try to get to 2-0 himself, while the team tries to go to 8-0.
685日ぶりにあの男が帰ってきた。赤髪の炎神ダスティン・メイがマウンドに堂々と復帰し、ロサンゼルス・ドジャースは無敵の7連勝を飾った。スタジアムは熱狂の渦と化し、ファンの歓喜が夜空を揺るがす。だが、それ以上に輝きを放つのが、日本が世界に誇る究極の二刀流戦士、大谷翔平である。ダスティン・メイが投じた剛速球は敵打者のバットを次々と切り裂き、6つの三振を奪う圧巻の投球を披露。まるで伝説の復活劇を描くように、彼の熱き方向が球場全体に響き渡った。その迫力は見る者を圧倒し、感動のあまりファンの中には涙を流す者さえいた。そして、その闘志を受け継いだのが、メジャー最強のリードオフマン、ムーキー、ベッツだ。守備で犯した珍しい失策を完全に帳消しにする豪快な逆転ツーランホームラン。彼の放った一撃が放物線を描いてスタンドへ吸い込まれた瞬間、スタジアムは熱狂に包まれた。しかし、このドジャースの勝利を語る上で、絶対に忘れてはならない存在がいる。そう、日本野球界が生んだ不正室のスーパースター、大谷翔平その人だ。東京シリーズを終え、 故郷のロサンゼルスに戻ったドジャースを支える中心人物として、大谷はもはや球団の希望を一身に背負っている。投げては160キロを超える剛速球、打っては異次元の打撃力、まさに神の領域に足を踏み入れたと言っても過言ではない。その存在感は圧倒的であり、誰もが彼の一挙手一投足に釘付けとなる。大谷がいれば、どんな困難も打ち破れる。彼が放つ一振りに、全ての夢と希望が込められているのだ。ドジャースは今季開幕から7連勝を達成し、その勢いは止まるところを知らない。球団史上最強とも称されるこの布陣を支えるのは、大谷翔平をはじめとする超一流の選手たち。彼らはただ勝つだけでなく、試合ごとに感動の物語を紡ぎ出している。この無敵のチームが次にどのような伝説を描くのか。野球ファンならば、絶対に目を離してはならない、生ける伝説。それこそが、大谷翔平を表現する唯一無二の言葉である。彼が歩むその一歩一歩が野球界の歴史を変え、新たな物語を生み出す。彼の勇姿を見逃すな。今こそ、次の試合に全神経を集中せよ。そこには必ず、我々がまだ見ぬ奇跡が待ち受けているのだから。